In this episode, we have castles, amazing views and historical sites. We stumble upon a local festival and we drink beer. Welcome to Quokkas on Tour. After our 2-hour trip from Munich, we arrived in Salzburg with the beautiful Solz River running through the middle of the city. We walked across some of the dozen bridges that span the river, and the river separates the new city, or the Neustadt, and the Old Town.
When we headed into Old Town, we stumbled upon a local festival. The festival was Ruperts Day, or St. Ruperts Day Fair. There are lots of marquees and stalls, and these huge donuts, which are called Bauernkrapfen. Then we happened upon the beer hall. So, St. Ruperts Day Festival. What a bit of a shock and a surprise that was. I mean, we arrived there from Munich after just having a bit of a sample of Oktoberfest. Yeah. And we really didn't expect this. And we were kind of there for, what was it, the second day?
Yeah, the second day, yeah.
Of the 5-day festival.
Yeah, so it was really quite a bonus for us.
I mean, in a lot of ways, it was like a mini Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
With food stalls and carnival type rides, yeah. Everything from the family, and people were getting all dressed up in their festive clothing.
Yeah, so it was really like an Oktoberfest, but without all the massive crowds.
And we managed to find the food and the beer hall for sure.
Which was the best bit.
and fun.
Yeah. We left the festival and continued on past the cathedral. Then we saw the Hohensalzburg and decided we would head up there. So we found the funicular, or the
Festungsbahn.
Thank you.
The Festungsbahn is the oldest funicular still in operation in Austria. It's been running since 1892. At the entrance, we bought our return tickets on the funicular, and that included the self-guided fortress tour.
At the entrance to the fortress, there is a terrace restaurant and bar with a great view. So we saw this as our sign to sit and have a drink.
Hohensalzburg Fortress is an 11th century castle overlooking the city. The views from the fortress were stunning, and we had such perfect weather to view the whole of the Salzburg region. It was fantastic to see how medieval it was with the walls surrounding the whole of the fortress complex.
We enjoyed walking through the castle and learning about the history of the region. Look, there's a 50-cent coin there.
Feeling a little horny? We found the end of the self-guided tour a little on the confusing side. The exit out of the castle itself, or fortress rather, puts you into a courtyard where there's no exit signs. Bit on the confusing side, like we said, but at the end of the day, we did find our way out.
Oldtown has many narrow cobblestone streets and alleyways. We had heard about a hole-in-the-wall kiosk that sold Bosna, so we set out to find it.
All right, so we've just been to Walter to get our Bosna, which is a sausage sandwich, special one. So this is our Bosna, and we're going to try it, see what all the fuss is about. Here we go. It's quite tasty. It's got some good flavours in there, like a little bit of curry and some other stuff in with the onion and that as well. But it's pretty good. It's pretty hot because it's just been cooked. So now we're just out the front of a shop which has got the Mozart balls, which has an actual name for it, not just Mozart balls. And Emma's gone in to try and figure out which ones she wants. I'm probably not going to go and film in there. It's quite crowded, so I'll just stay up here. But what we've got is we've got one which has got marzipan in part of its filling and one which doesn't. So we'll see which one she comes back with. Pretty sure the plan is to, actually, you know what, we'll go in anyway. So these are the original. So if I'm correct, the mixed bag that she just bought cost €19. So that's like 40 bucks. And I think that we've got like about, I don't know, 12 chocolate balls in there. So we'll find out. She's going to come out in a second. What'd you get?
Mixed bag of 8.
Mixed bag of 8?
Yep.
Yeah, and how much was that?
€19.
€19.
Yep.
So 40 bucks for 8 balls.
Yep.
Yeah. Whoa, look, that's special. That's €19 value just there.
So today we found ourselves at a bit of a loose end due to a mix-up with one of our tours. So we, as in Craig, wanted to go and experience the Augustiner Brewery.
The brewery was established way back in 1621 by the Augustiner monks, and even to this day the beer is still produced to the same recipe, and even when they serve it, it's poured from traditional wooden barrels that are tapped at essentially room temperature into stone jugs. The beer garden at the brewery is huge and seats around 1,500 people. However, being a weekend and with perfect weather, we had to head inside the beer hall for us to actually get a seat. So here we are in the Augustiner Brewhouse in Salzburg. We're going to go and attempt to order a beer. It's a bit of a process, so come and join us. You can experience it along the way with us. So what we have to do is we have to pay for our beer, and we get our mass, which is our jug, at the same time. And then we go and pick up our beer. So I got the money. There we go. Hello. 1 litre. All good? Okay, thank you. Oh, ticket, yeah. Okay, now we get our, and we give it a rinse. We give it a rinse. Hello. Oh yeah. Dankeschön. All right, we survived. We managed to buy a beer. But we survived that experience. You now know what it's time for?
Beer.
We drink frost. The brewery also offers traditional Austrian tavern food. It's available inside the beer hall, where you pass through what is known as the Passage of Delights. It's a series of small food kiosks with options such as roast pork, sausages, pretzels, bread, cheeses, schnitzels, and sandwiches.
After experiencing the Augustiner, we decided it was time to head back to the festival because we really wanted to go and have some drinks there and enjoy the fun. And then we decided we would go to Swetzler's in Oldtown to have some schnitzels.
I'm gonna put sauce on.
The cranberry.
Yeah.
Put some stuff in it, bacon, onion, mushroom.
And it's oozing. And the cabin clean up.
Yep. Cream cheese. Yep.
Today we took an hour-long bus ride back over the border to Germany to the town of Berchtesgaden in the Obersalzberg region.
Originally known for salt mining, farming and hunting, the area really became known about from the 1920s onwards when Adolf Hitler purchased a house, otherwise known as the Berghof in the region, which then sparked a bit of a flood of the other National Socialists purchasing land in the area, and it became their major outpost outside of Berlin.
All right, so we're here at the Berchtesgaden Brauhaus, which is the train station, the bus interchange, where you get off the bus and back on the bus to get back to Salzburg, and it's also where you get your bus if you're heading up to the Eagle's Nest, the Karl-Heinz Kleinstein. Right, I've just totally butchered that by saying it. So Karlstein, and it's also where the document centre is, which is like a museum, which is really worthwhile going to. And this is where you're going to be interchanging your buses, basically. So yeah, have a bit of a look around. It's not just a normal transport venue, but the town's got some interesting routes. We'll tell you more about that as we show you some of the other footage from about the place as we went up to the Eagle's Nest.
After the war, many buildings were either knocked down to remove traces of the former regime or then repurposed and occupied by the US military.
These days, people flock to Berchtesgaden for the national park, the Königssee or the lake, the salt mine, the ski slopes, and along with the Karlstein House or Eagle's Nest complex and the documentation centre, which is what we came to see.
Okay, so here we are in Berchtesgaden, just waiting for our bus to take us up to the elevator for the Eagle's Nest.
So we did have an 11 a.m. But we were here a bit earlier, so we checked and they got us on the 10:35. So you get 2 hours up there, but yeah, we're leaving on the 10:35 bus.
We're hoping that the cloud cover that we've got about today is not going to affect the visibility too much, but all we can do is just hope.
Yeah, well, see you up there.
Okay.
We took the bus up the mountain to the tunnel, which houses the brass elevator that takes you to the Eagle's Nest. The building itself was designed for official functions of the National Socialist Party, and it opened in 1939.
The most recognisable rooms or parts of the Karlstein House is the fireplace, which was gifted from Mussolini to Hitler, and the sun deck. Today, the Eagle's Nest is mostly in its original state, and it operates as a restaurant and a beer garden. At the top, there's also trails to walk along the Karlstein, which is the mountain that it's named after, and you get some amazing views across the Obersalzberg region.
Next, we headed to the Documentation Centre. For a small fee of €4.50, the museum is built on the foundations of the former guest house, once used by the SS. The exhibition is extensive and informative, but the best part is going through the large section of intact bunker system. The bunkers connected all the important buildings in the region, and it really is worth a visit. On our final day, we headed into Hallstatt to join a very special tour. I had booked a Sound of Music tour, much to Craig's disgust. We got onto the tour bus and visited many of the familiar sights from the movie, accompanied by the songs from the soundtrack. We followed in the footsteps of the Von Trapp family, quite literally, walking through the grounds and stopping for photos at the fountains of the Mirabel Gardens. We went to see the gazebo that was the centrepiece for some of the pivotal scenes of the movie. It's now been moved to a location which is where the Sound of Music Museum is being constructed at this moment. Our tour guide Eric was great and full of lots of information about the movie and the real life story of the Von Trapps. I think in the end, even Craig had a good time, probably because he could buy beer on the way.
Guys, make sure that you enjoy a drink, because you can take beers with you and you can buy them on board.
Thanks for joining us on our trip to Salzburg, Austria.
If you like what you're seeing, make sure that you don't miss the next episode where we travel to beautiful Hallstatt in Austria. Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye.